Hello, and welcome to the ENG YNPL Review Show, where we have huge games going on in the Under-14 South, which we will be talking about. Were Leeds too much for the Kingsway Power? And Poole versus AP Saints. Is AP Saints in the Under-15 South gonna make things a little bit juicier than crazy? And also we've got the special guests Lauren Harris and Sasha. Is it Levy or Levy?
Levy, I think, yeah.
Levy, we'll ask you later. We'll ask you later. Welcome everybody. We've got some comments coming in, mate. We've also got the Under-12s netball draw. Woo! For the netball cup.
Bonus for this review show today. So before we do the review show, we are going to do the draw for the ENG Under-12s Netball Cup National Finals. The last time we conducted an Under-12s Netball Cup National Finals, Martin, was when we first met. The rivalry that was Poole versus Turnford. So and to think, that's gone by very, very quickly, and those players are now in the Under-15s league. So no, it's been a long time. It's good to bring this competition back. The whole point of this event is to expose as many teams and as many players to high performance netball as possible, but with an added twist where we create shortened games, heighten the pressure, and we say to them, get out there and show us what you can do.
Definitely. Like Lily says, look, we're up for playing anyone. Look at that.
Hold on. We're up for playing for anyone, apart from Kingsway Power.
Is that true, Lily? Let us know. Come on out. Put some more comments out there. We want to see it light up. Definitely light up, because this is literally... do you know what? This cup, this Under-12 cup thing, I mean, it lit up on the live stream on Sunday, wasn't it? So I think, we've got some new teams in there as well. Should I bring up the thing with the group?
I'll go through how they qualified and where they qualified and give a bit of insight, and we'll get on with the draw. How about that?
Oh, no, we're not talking about data. My thing doesn't want to show it. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Oh, do you know what? I've got nerves, mate. I've got nerves going into this. Can be a bit glitchy by the people. If it does, I've just got to reload it, refresh it. Blah, blah,
okay,
blah.
So the format of this competition is 3 groups of 5. Top 3 from each group will proceed straight to the quarterfinals. And I'm not even going to go into how the other teams qualify. Basically, depending on how many points you get and goals you score, depends on who you play. Every team will get a good amount of game time. The games are going to be played in a very spectacular venue, which is the Essex Sports Arena.
Essex.
It's a brilliant arena, so a great setting for these young netballers. But let me go through the pots. So pot 1 is our champions. So Kingsway Power won the Northern Finals. They beat Leeds Athletic in the final. So Kingsway Power is number 1. Number 2 is Magic. They won the Eastern Finals and they defeated Turnford in the final to become our Eastern champions. Number 3 is Old Bridgians, who won our Southern Finals. Very close game against Teambridge in the final, where they scored with like 20 seconds. Well, I think 7 seconds to go. So not a bad time to score and win a game. And number 4, Sutton Town, who won our Midlands final, and they won very convincingly. I think it was 21-4 against Ryland. But Ryland did give them a great game in the group stages where they should have potentially won. So, sorry, Sutton Town. They're going to be shouting down their screens. No, they didn't.
We're going to tell you what happened for radio.
So, Kingsway Power are your Northern champions. Magic are your Eastern champions. Old Bridgians are your Southern champions. Sutton Town are your Midlands champions. Pot 2 is our runners-up. So Leeds were runners-up in the north. Turnford were runners-up in the east. Teambridge were runners-up in the south. And Ryland were runners-up in the Midlands. Pot 3, Oldham were third in the north. AP Saints third in the east. Falcons third in the Ryland. They did. I'm not going to lie. If they would have scored at the right, there was opportunities for them to score, and if they would have scored those goals, it might have been a different story. But Falcons were third in the south. Third in the Midlands was Stars Netball Club, and finally pot 4, Ellesmere Port come fourth in the north. There wasn't enough teams in the east so we didn't do a top 4. Crossbow were third in the south, and Foxes were fourth, in the Midlands. So welcome Foxes, Crossbow, and Falcons in particular. Then the ENG Circus. So welcome, and start praying now, everyone, to the netball gods.
Don't say it. Why?
Now,
Why?
Martin, we're going to prove beyond doubt there is a God out there.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm going to give you potentially the worst possible group in terms of competitiveness.
Oh, okay.
That could manifest itself right now.
All right, go on then.
So, Kingsway Power.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this, we have 3 groups, but 4 teams. So a champion will be going in with a champion. See what I mean? It does kind of balance itself out. But unfortunately, a champion will be with a champion at some point in these groups. So if I was to look at it from experience, from how they perform in our leagues and how they've performed at the Cup, Kingsway Power, you could have, so this would be the most competitive group. Kingsway Power, Sutton Town, Leeds, Stars, Ellesmere Port.
Agreed. Oh, so agreed. If that, mate.
So everyone, you've heard this right here. Kingsway Power.
All right, write down. Kingsway,
Leeds, Stars, Ellesmere Port. That potentially could be the group of death. If that group materializes, it won't be great for me, because a lot of parents might say, I ain't going to that. I ain't putting myself.
Mate, you would want to go to that, because that's going to be some mad like pot. That is, group. That is going to be mad.
Tickets are now online for anyone to book. T-shirts are now online for anyone to book. If you are buying a T-shirt, it's a lovely T-shirt. It's a dry fit technology T-shirt. So not only can they wear it as a kind of souvenir, they can wear it to training. They can wear it PE at school, or if they're allowed, or just recreational wear. So you do get a lot of wear out of it. It's not something you just buy once and never wear again. So March the 10th, that needs to be ordered by, if you would like a T-shirt. Okay, let's do the draw. So what we're going to do first.
When's the national final?
On national final is March the 26th.
March 26th. It's probably in my diary, but I'll just make a little note of it. March 26th, right? Okay.
So pot 1, we are going to do the champions first. So as I explained, we're going to do Group A, Group B, Group C. But then unfortunately, we're going to have to go back to Group A to throw a champion in there. That's how that's going to work. So if you do get put into Group A, you are going to get a champion going in your group.
Right, twice. You have 2 champions in your group.
1 champion.
In Group A?
Huh?
You have 2 champions in Group A.
Yeah, 2 champions, yeah.
It's all right. I'm glad I know your business. That's fine.
I think the words. It's the words. Okay.
You ignore me now, don't you?
Everyone,
talk.
I have my trusty fishbowl with bingo balls in.
Okay.
And just people do come up to me and say, does he rig it? Does he rig it?
No,
and my answer is always, I have better things to do with my life.
Honestly, people, he just, mate, we've even got it proven with you doing this. I mean, Turnford and Poole, we would not want out, and they came out. So, how can you say it's rigged?
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Finals,
First one out is
go on.
Number.
Ooh, the little drum roll. Number 1. First one out is number 1. KWP. Oh, there we go. Is it going to glitch? No, it's not. Who's going into Group B now, isn't it?
Group B, yeah. We're going into Group B. And in Group B will be, take a big sigh of relief, Old Bridgians. Number 3.
Let's put them in. There we go.
But just to give you an example, Leeds Athletic last season found themselves in what we called the group of death. The kind of the match play that gives you sets you up nicely for the knockouts.
Yeah,
So
honestly,
they then went on to all the way to the final, come runners up. So they come fourth in their group, but because of the points they had and stuff, they were kind of a low ranked team going into the knockouts. But in the end, because of the match play and because of the experience, they managed to get to the final. So it's a good thing. You get that intensity very early on. So anyway,
you match
Group
it, don't you?
C will be.
Oh,
I'm gonna look out away.
Yeah, look away. Let's hear you spin it a bit more.
Here we go. So Group C will be
Sutton Town. Right.
We have just disproved God.
Which could only leave
number 2, Magic.
Oh, I don't know why it's gone down like that. Well, okay. I think there's going to be a tech little issue going on. Never mind.
Okay, so to start off with, Group A will have Kingsway Power and Magic. Group B, O'Bridgians, and C, Sutton Town. I'm now going to put in the numbers from 5 to 8 for our runners-up.
Oh, okay. Right, people, just while he's doing that, all this technical stuff, we've got Sasha and Lauren in the background, by the way. Richard in the behind the scenes, as they say. Yeah, been configuring this, getting it all ready. I was a little bit like, a few little technical upgrades. So hopefully it'll all go all right. Well, I'm sure it will. Let us know in these comments as well. Are you liking this? Who wants to go into Group A, B, or C and tell us what team you're supporting or who you're from? There we go. Love this. Don't forget to follow us also on all the wonderful, Instagram, YouTube. Not that we're really on Facebook, but Richard is, or ENG, and also Twitter. Sasha and Lauren, can you hear us in the background, behind the scenes? Give us a wave. Yeah, they're there. Again, that's a wave.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah, you ready?
Right in front of my face the whole time. Okay, so numbers 5 to 8 are our runners up. Okay, so the first team will go into B, then we'll do C, back to A until we end up with them all gone. Cool. Let's go.
Right, cool. Yep. Let's just
go to Group B, going in with O'Bridgians, will be.
Oh, I thought it was Group A.
No, we're going to go to B because Group A has 2 already.
All right, yeah. Sorry, good point. Yep.
Will be number 8.
Number 8, Ryland.
Joining Sutton Town will be number
7. TTNC. Cambridge. Good old Cambridge. Drive for miles for a game of netball.
Got Turnford and you've got Leeds, 2 big clubs in the country. Magic beat Turnford, don't forget, in the Eastern final. So I'm probably imagine that Magic would prefer a Turnford. Leeds would be one of those ones. Here we go. Let's see if we get some. So Leeds is number 5, Turnford is number 6, and we have
number 5, Leeds.
Leeds.
Right, hopefully this appears in the right place because that doesn't. Oh, the other way around, but that's cool. There we go.
And finally, number 6, we have
Turnford. In Group B, yep.
Group B. So it looks like at the moment, Group A is the what we would call a group of death. So Group A is Kingsway Power, Leeds, Magic. B is O'Bridgians, right? I do like the mix we've got here because Bridgians were the south, Ryland were the Midlands, Turnford were the east. So it's a good little mix of teams there. Then you've got Sutton Town who are the Midlands and Team Bridge who are the south. Then Kingsway Power have Leeds in their group who they beat in the Northern finals, and Magic who won the Eastern finals. So a tough group there. But
let us know your thoughts, people.
Good for getting you ready for the knockouts.
definitely. So
Okay,
who
so
wants
I got
Group
9.
C?
So I got 11.
Let us know in the comments, what do you think is the fiery group, A, B, or C? There we go.
Let's see what we've got. This is 12, 9, 10, 11. I am missing 12. So, Martin, what we're going to do, we're just going to blag it, and we're just going to say number 1 is 12, okay?
Okay, number 1 is 12.
Number 1 is, so we're going to just blag it.
You're missing a ball.
God, I hate that. I had a ball.
I tell you what, you probably got it, but because you're trying to do it quickly, it's just you can't see it. I get it all the time on my text.
It's probably fell in behind some of the paperwork on this desk. So,
paperwork?
Yeah, everyone, number 12 will be number 1 coming out. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so in this one, we have Oldham, AP Saints, Falcons, Stars. If I was to look at that right now, if Oldham went into Group A, it just intensifies how tough that group is. So let's see.
Stars.
Or Stars, yes, Stars or Oldham in that group would be mental. Yeah. But here we go.
I think the groups are.
Well, we're going to start with Group C because that's got 2 teams in.
Yeah. Okay.
So in Group C, joining Sutton Town and Teambridge will be number 11.
Legs 11.
Falcons.
Falcons. Welcome, Falcons. There you go. You're in Group C.
In Group A will be AP Saints. 10. Number 10.
AP Saints. Oh, starting to look good in there, mate. Starting to look good.
Joining O'Bridgians, Ryland, and Turnford will be number 9.
Oldham.
Ah,
Oldham.
Big clubs in there, to be fair. Turnford, Oldham, Ryland. Rylands are a big Midlands club. Turnford, massive club in the east side of the country. Oldham don't need any kind of welcome. Everyone knows who Oldham is. So,
mate, I'm loving that Kingsway Power and Leeds are in the same group.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, we get revenge.
Okay, in Group C then should be number 12, which is number 1 on this bingo ball, and that's Stars.
There we go.
So Stars played Sutton Town in our Midlands, and it was a good semi-final. I think Jack was looking at that semi-final, so you missed all the action there, but good semi-final. But if anyone's in the room, let us know what you think. Come on,
man. I reckon everybody's stunned because literally the last message we got was that everybody's like, okay, didn't expect to be in that group or with that team. So come on, put it out there. Are you worried? Are you not? Are you looking forward to it? Is the 26 going to be like, yeah, payback time? Is it? What is it? Come on, because those teams. You went on about Group C, but I'm said about Group A. It's going to be phenomenal.
Just look at the caliber of those teams and the talent in those groups. It's just incredible. It's just a great day for everyone. To don't forget, these are your future England Super League players. Good
point. Very good point.
This is the future of netball, all in one room, and they're 12. And in a few years' time, you're going to be queuing up for their autographs.
That's a great point, mate.
These are the best players in the whole entire country coming together at 12 years old to start their journey on this performance kind of pathway. So let's get to the final 3 teams. So we're going to kick in with A, B, and C. Ellesmere Port, if they went into Group A, that would just make that group even. That would easily be the group of death. But if Ellesmere Port went into Group B, that probably would be that could be the group of death.
Do you know what? Group A to me is like I mean, Leeds aren't old school, but you kind of got all the old school in A. You know what I mean? It's a bit like
true, yeah.
Again, it's the same for C as well, actually, to be fair. But that if there's a group I want to stay away from, I would want to stay away from Group A.
I think if Ellesmere Port going to Group B, that turns that into the group of death.
Oh, why? Why do you think that?
You got Old Bridgians, very super talented team. So Ryland, big team in the Midlands. Turnford, huge team in the East. Oldham, a huge team in the Northwest. It's a high caliber clubs there.
So you're saying Kingsway Power, Leeds, Magic, and AP Saints aren't, the same caliber as Group B then?
No, I'm saying like when you look at prestige,
God,
there's more prestige in that group.
Okay, I'll go with A. Let's know your point. Let's see it light up. A, B, or C, people. Let us know. Come on, because this is
okay. Here we go. So Group A,
we got
joining Kingsway Power, Leeds, Magic, AP Saints will be.
Oh, we got number 30,
Ellesmere Port.
Wow, what do you think of that, Ellesmere Port? What do you think? Are you looking forward to it? The system would just glitch that second, wouldn't it? There we go, reload it. There we go. They're in there.
There we go. So Crossbow and Foxes left.
Here we go.
Going into Group B will be
15 Foxes. There we go. So there we are. It's all done, mate. It's all done.
And Group C will be finally Crossbow.
Wow. Look at that.
So just a quick recap. So Group A is officially the group of death. Kingsway Power, Leeds Athletic, Magic, AP Saints, Ellesmere Port. You have Kingsway Power, who are the champions. You have Leeds Athletic, who are runners up. You have Magic, who are the champions. You have AP Saints, who come third in the East, and Ellesmere Port, who come third in the North. In Group B, Old Bridgians, they're the champions of the South. Ryland, runners-up in the Midlands. Turnford, runners-up in the East. Oldham, who were third in the North. And Foxes, who were fourth in the Midlands. And then you have Sutton Town, who won the Midlands. Team Bridge, who come second in the South. Falcons, who come third in the South. Stars, who come third in the Midlands. And Crossbow, who come fourth in the South. So based on kind of where they came in their in their regional events, C, like Sutton Town kind of have got kind of the lower ranked teams all in their group, whereas Kingsway Power have got all the higher ranked teams in their group. But regardless of what group you're in, there's a high chance every single team qualifies into the next round. It's just how you qualify will depend on who you play in the knockouts.
I tell you, that looks spicy, mate. That looks I don't know where to start with that. I'm a bit gobsmacked for Group A, so there we go.
So thank you for watching. If you have been watching in your house and eating your dinner on your lap while you've been watching this, send us a picture. I can pull it online, and we can just have a bit of a laugh. But we're now going to move on. If you're now going, thank you for watching. But we're now going to move on to the ENG Youth Netball Premier League Review Show.
Oh, I'll remove it then. It's just us two again. We have got obviously two people in the background waiting to join.
So what we can do is we can either talk about because we've got them in the room. What we'll do is we have a look at the fixtures from the South this week. Then we'll bring our special guests in. Okay,
you all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, fixtures for this week. So we'll go to the under 14 South. Do you want to do that one? Do you know? I can't believe we're in March. I really can't believe it's just really quick now. Oh, I just got rid of my thing. There we go. Share the screen. There we go. Come on. There we go. I had to coax it along. There we go.
Okay, so huge day. This is probably the most exciting end to the season we've had in any league. Normally, it's you have 2 teams, possibly 3. It's very rare you have a 3-way battle for the league, but in this league we have a 4-way battle. So if you just go up to the table,
I was going to say, can I just go to the table and just show the table? I'm like, can I? And you said it. Good lad. Look at that. Look at that.
So 4 teams.
Tell me, you don't get that in the Premiership, do you? Look at that.
So currently Crosskeys are top, then you've got Ryland, then you've got Shan, and you've got Western Park Blades. It's huge. Like it's massive because even if some of these teams lose, they still can win the league. So goal difference is going to be so important at the end of this. Crosskeys are in kind of pole position when it comes to goal difference. But if we go back down to the fixtures and have a look at who everyone's playing, we can kind of do a quick.
Go on.
So Manor, who jumped into the league, and I know I haven't seen him personally yet, but I know you have, Martin, and you was quite impressed.
I was impressed actually.
They're playing Western Park Blades. So Western Park, don't take these guys lightly. They are here to play netball and they're competitive and they want to win. So Western Park will play Manor Met. So that'll be the first team in the what do you call it? In the
knockout.
Battle for the top. Go trying to win. Then Crosskeys play Ryland. That's so big. It's so big. We better be packing out that hall. If I see empty chairs, I'm not going to be happy.
Mate, I want a phone call from my third party going, "You're killing our servers. There's too many people." It's like they can't get a seat. They're on the live stream, mate. Just give it more power. It's going to be that Star Trek thing. Give it more power. It's got to be done. I can't, Captain. I can't. It's going to be crazy, mate. It's going to be mad.
Crosskeys versus Ryland. We got 2 Ryland players in the chat behind the scenes, and we're going to talk to them about the game. So huge game, biggest game of the season so far. Then AP Saints play Western Park Blades. So you would kind of suggest that Western Park, on paper, have the 2 easier games of the top 4 teams. Sorry, I
was going to say AP Saints, mate. They are improving. I've seen them improve massively. Whatever they're doing behind the scenes, I know what they are, but I'm not allowed to tell. But seriously, look out for AP Saints, I say.
And then you've got Manor taking on Ryland. Then Crosskeys will take on Magic. Another tricky game for Crosskeys. In the afternoon, AP Saints will play Shan. CD Phoenix versus Teambridge. Magic versus Turnford. Magic versus Turnford's a huge game because relegation is on the cards for.
Forgot about the relegation battle. I was too busy to fix at the top, my friend.
Then you've got Shan versus Teambridge. So Shan, tricky game. Teambridge are a good, solid team. It just depends what Teambridge turn up. Then finally, Turnford will play CD Phoenix at the end of the day. So big round of netball. Cannot wait. And to kind of talk to us about how they're feeling and what they think is going to happen or tactics. They don't really give a tactics away, these players, do they? We've got Lauren. Is it Lauren?
That's right. And Sasha.
And Sasha from Ryland in the chat. And they're going to talk to us now about especially the game against Crosskeys.
Here they are.
Woo! Hi.
Lauren, how are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah.
She's saying, yeah.
It's the first time you've been in this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's quite straightforward. Me and Martin just talk a lot and you just listen.
And laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been competing in our league since under 12. Both been competing in the league since you're under 12s, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you've first season you come 4th, second season you come 4th. This season could be the season. I think if I was you, I'd be super gutted if you do come 4th. But can you win this league? And Saturday is a big day for you because if you win this game against Crosskeys, I am definitely putting my money on you to win this league. So preparation, what has the prep been like? How are you preparing for this game? Who have you identified as their key players? what do you know about Crosskeys as a team and how they play? Tell us all. Everything you've got in your locker, tell us.
So, we've all been training really hard, normally. We've been, doing pretty well in our games so far. So we're hoping to keep it up. And as you said, we come fourth the last few times. And at the start of every netball year, we'd come up with things that we want to achieve. And one of ours was not to come fourth again.
Well, hopefully you're not trying to come fifth, though.
No, not fifth.
But so when was training this week, girls?
So we had training on Monday, and then we got training after this.
Okay, so training Monday. Do you just do basic training, or do you specifically go? We're playing Crosskeys this week. That's their best player. We need to stop them doing this. We need to stop them doing that. Is that spoken at all by your coaches, or is it just very generic, your training?
It's generic, but we also do a lot of extra tactics while we're playing. We'll put the team on that we're going to play, when we're playing match play. And then we'll talk about which ways it will work best and, hopefully.
What do you mean you put the team on? Explain.
On the court.
So, yeah, in training, we'll have the team that are first starting 7 against an older age group or something. And so we're getting the experience and yeah.
Do you go back over and watch what Crosskeys have done, for instance? Are you going back watching what other teams have done?
Not really. Sometimes it can get in your head. It can be helpful, but sometimes it can get in a lot of the girls' heads. So
or
we
scare you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've got to play them.
Really good team.
Have you seen them? Is that on fast forward? No, it can't be. It's a normal play.
Girls, one of their biggest assets in Crosskeys is their mid-court player, Gracie.
Yeah.
She's a joy to watch. She's kind of the machine behind the team, isn't she? She's the engine behind this team. Again, you might have answered this question already, but do you reckon in your training on Thursday, or whenever you said it was, you're going to talk about how to nullify her threat or how to stop her playing her game? Is that going to be spoken about at all?
Yeah, I think if we can shut down Gracie, then she kind of gets the ball and links up all the players.
Yeah.
If we can shut down her, then we might be able to get some more flies and intercepts and stuff.
How do you shut down someone like that, though? Give us, if you was a netball coach right now, and I offered you £1 million to explain how you shut down a mid-court player who is deemed to be one of the best players in the country in her position at her age. £1 million yours if you explain how to stop her. Go.
So you've just got to I'd say you've got to block her out and keep her from driving towards the ball, because then even if you don't get intercepts or anything, you're putting a lot of pressure on the passes going over. Yeah. And it's more likely for maybe your keeper to come out and get a fly into the pocket or something.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So remind me of your positions. Your wing defense, Lauren. Come on, remind me.
I play centre, windy, Goldie, I think. Yeah.
And I do sort of windy wing attack.
So Lauren, any idea of where you might be playing on Saturday? Because I know Ruby, she's still injured, isn't she?
Yeah. So some of our players aren't there on Saturday. So we're kind of having to work around that. But I think I'm playing goal defense to start with.
Yeah.
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 Well, you sound a bit frustrated about that.
Yeah.
It's
going to be
a lot of
something
school
new.
things that go on that tend to take players sometimes.
And the schools don't let them play.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So
have you said, look, this is a big game. This is massive for us. How dare you? Get the old, banners out the side. Let us free. Let's go.
I know.
Well, Martin, this is the thing sometimes. what frustrates me most about, I just think fit people in general is like, for me, when you could never stop someone doing something that's beneficial for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for instance, some schools, I'm not picking on any, but schools are very stuck in their ways, right? So if they're playing a team, they know they're going to hammer 100-0. Guess what? They'll still make the girls play.
Yeah.
That's what tends to happen. They get sort of taken away to play like a school game when we're playing,
which
like,
they're going to win easy anyway.
Pardon?
Which they're probably going to win easy anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're playing hockey this week.
So that unfortunately, that's a thing that happens a lot, and it frustrates me because this is a huge game. You know, the whole country is going to be wanting to know what happens in this game, and you know, but at the end of the day, I think when players are missing as well, it gives other players the opportunity to shine, doesn't it? So
yeah, it does.
How confident are you, girls, you can get a result on Saturday?
I think if we all work well as a team and we just go through what we've learned and just play really well, I think we could do it.
It's going to be tough, though, isn't it?
What do you reckon the score is going to be then?
I think it's going to be really close.
Go on. How close? How many goals do you reckon?
I think there'll be like less than 10 in it.
Yeah,
I reckon definitely. Maybe even less than 5. I think that's
what I like to hear. That sells tickets. Less than 5.
Yeah, keep going, Sasha. Yeah, we like it.
I mean,
like 2 goals in it. 1.
Hopefully we'll come out on top, but we've really just got to like play our A game, really. Especially
Can I ask if Farah's playing?
Yeah, I think she's there for the first match.
Yeah.
Cool.
Some of them have to leave for the second match as well, so it's a bit all over the place.
Oh, some inside information then. Right, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh,
or maybe they're playing they're doing a bluff and they all turn up.
Yeah, you thought we weren't here. Ha ha.
Crosskeys are sitting there going, "Oh, brilliant! This is absolutely brilliant." Bells, we've sussed you out.
I reckon that does play. I reckon that happens.
Well, I think in football sometimes the managers they change the team sheet at the very last second and stuff.
Yeah,
it's very
before.
I don't know if you noticed.
Remember, I picked up. Was it early this year or last season that they were when the whistle was blown and they were coming to the centre?
Yeah, some
teams were hanging back, and I brought this to the attention on the actual review show, and I said, "Is that a tactic where you're seeing where each player's playing? You know, who's on the court, so you're going to change who's actually going, oh, look, they've done that. Look, I knew it. See? Yeah, I can see the fact, like, oh, how did he know that? Yeah, we know it. I know it. Knew it.
No, but I actually saw it the other day when I did the highlights. I saw a team looking across to see how they were changing the bibs and stuff. And,
yeah,
you know, with our role on subs, it's something it doesn't matter anyway, but I don't know. Little small detail makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's the most important part of the kind of your match play then? Is it a defense battle? Is it a mid-court battle? Is it all about the shooters being disciplined and doing their jobs? Like, what part of the court do you think is going to be the most important on Saturday?
I think we've got to have discipline all the way through court, definitely. Just play our game and like keep pushing. So we're going to need the shooters to be like popping them all in, as they always do. And we need like the defense to like put pressure on and like get more turnover, so we have more opportunities to get some goals in.
And I think start like with all these things, like starting well, building your confidence into the game. Yeah. What you don't want is to be 3-4 points down, chasing the game. I think whoever starts well is obviously going to have a psychological edge.
Yeah.
But that's why I love sport, because it's not just about throwing the ball or putting it in the net. Like, you go through mental stress thinking about it, don't you, girls?
Yeah.
It's the unknown, isn't it? You when I used to play sport, the night before used to be the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Because you go bed, your mind's racing, and you're trying to figure out how it's all going to play out, but it's kind of, you just don't know. So you turn up and you just hope it goes well. But unfortunately for some people it doesn't, and some people have good games, some people have bad games. But that's why we love it, because it's life.
Yeah, definitely.
That's life, unfortunately. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing you girls compete. Regardless of the personnel, I think your coach probably messaged you there, Sasha, to say, stop telling them our secrets. But it's going to be a great game. Like I said, we've worked with you for like a couple of years now. It's been brilliant to see your growth, seeing you mature as a team, and I really do hope you stop coming fourth. And if you do win on Saturday, then you're probably one win away from a championship, which would be an incredible achievement. And you get to avoid playing Kingsway Power. No team wants to come.
That would be really good.
That's the biggest prize, isn't it?
Yeah.
I avoided Kingsway Power trophy. So, girls, I can't wait to see you Saturday. Be ready, sleep right, eat right, train well, and we'll see you Saturday for a fantastic game of netball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's no quiz.
Not tonight. I'm busy, man. I've been busy.
Quiz. You've been ripped off, girls. There's no quiz.
We're getting on again. See you later, girls.
Bye.
Thank you. Brilliant. They're gutted, mate. There's no quiz. What are you doing?
I think they're gutted. We found out they're playing like mind games.
Mate, I like the bit where I just said to them about going on the court and checking, and they were like, looked at each other like, how did you know that?
But seriously, Martin, like one thing that gets me really agitated is that as an adult, you've got to do what's right or what's best for the child. Regardless of your personal thoughts on things, you've got to assess things and think, you know what, it's not about me, it's about what's going to help develop my child, what's better for them long term, not short term, long term. And again, some schools, they just literally think they can just dictate to parents and children what they can and cannot do. And I think
you experienced this, didn't you, as a young footballer?
No, well, when I played football, I literally told my school every single time to get lost. And they used to say to me, well, school comes first. And I said, not for me, mate. I used to always ditch the school games, ditched everything. And I just thought my priority was always going to Oxford. So I had the best possible training, the best possible kind of development for me to get to where I need to go to. But again, I don't know, like, I think, again, if the girls want to go, then they've got the choice, you know. But if part of them says, look, I'd rather be playing in this league because there's so much, it offers so much more to me than playing, I don't know, hockey or a netball game for a school.
Yeah, but how close is the game that they're playing? It's different if it's like, you know, a final or it's something very important. But if it's just a game where it doesn't really matter whether they win or lose, then let them go and, you know what I mean?
But again, this is the kind of the mindset you're dealing with. It's all about me. It's all about my team. And it's like, no, it should be always about the individual and what's best for them, regardless of your personal thoughts or regardless of whether you want to win 50,000 nil or not. But again, if the girls are playing in a tough game, hockey game, netball game, and then they're needed and they prefer to be there. But I'm always give someone a choice. Why would you want to keep someone there who doesn't really want to be there?
Well, yeah, exactly. My sentiments. I mean, I've had people work for me and stuff, and general attitude is like, look, if you're not everybody wants the money, so to speak, as they say, but if you're not willing to do the job and you don't really want to be here, then just go. I'll get it done. You know, I'll stream for 12 hours because it's just one of those things. I just get on with it. But it's amazing in life. the amount of people who will try and stop, for their own sort of personal gain as well. It's quite crazy. It really is. And I wouldn't. I am disappointed if a school is holding back a youngster, a young athlete at a peak of, for instance, a massive game like what's coming up, for a game that doesn't really matter whether they win or lose. It's nothing prestige about it. Then, really, why is that happening? So.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll put it out to a little debate, maybe. Like, okay, it could be an Instagram story. Do schools give kids the choice, or do they kind of turn into mini North Korean dictators and force children to play for them when there's a better option for their development? Yes or no?
That's gonna kick off, mate. That's that. I reckon a lot of people would be scared to even put something down on that.
Well, we'll see.
Like, do a little poll. See how it comes out.
Don't we?
Really, John? Don't talk to me about democracy, mate, because that's just a whole nother thing you're opening up.
So but anyway, great. It's going to be a great game regardless. Great. Western Park Blades, Shan, Ryland, Crosskeys, they all need at least a point to qualify for the nationals. But if any of them have a really bad day at the office, AP Saints can still get in there. Teams like Magic can still push for the top 4. Team Bridge, so they've got to be on it. The teams, the players are just getting better and better each time. So great Saturday planned. Make sure you get down there, everyone, and support, because you are the 8th player on the court.
Definitely. There we go.
Right, Martin, let's get on to our Northern review.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, bring it up.
So let's look at the scores.
I was going to say, you want to see the scores first, weren't you?
Under 13s.
Okay,
so Chester against Bury, it was 19-38 to Bury. So they maintained their top 4 position with a win. Oldham then played Wyre, 40-20 to Oldham. Ellesmere Port played Chester, big local rivalry, 31-20. Is that 23? I'm looking at for you.
That's right, yeah.
Ellesmere Port versus Oldham, 60-10. Very tough ask for Ellesmere Port to kind of play straight after Chester and do a good job against Oldham. But they played, and they played hard. What I love about Ellesmere Port is they keep pushing to the very end. They have pride. So
they do.
Wyre versus Leeds, I was surprised here because Wyre played so well against Oldham, but couldn't kind of recapture that energy or that discipline. But this Leeds B team, I said they're the Leeds B cheat team, because B team
they're the Leeds B what?
Cheat team.
Cheat team.
Because B team shouldn't be this good.
I did say this when they came in. I said they're good. They're not easy.
They're amazing. Yeah. I'm like, they come in after a couple of games because Macclesfield dropped out.
That's right. I was trying to remember who dropped out.
And I'm quite positive that they would probably be pushing for the top 4 if they had come in at the start of the season. So big shame on that behalf. But no, they are a fantastic team. So well done to Leeds. Then Ellesmere Port played the Leeds 18, 69-9. Tough game against a very talented side. Kingsway Power, Tameside, 46-5. Leeds Athletic B against Grangetown. Again, this Grangetown team aren't no mugs. They're a good, solid team.
Exactly.
But Leeds B, just an incredible performance again. So 37-14. Then Kingsway Power versus Leeds Athletic. This was
Pause. What's going on there, mate?
So this is, I don't know, I might be wrong, but this is probably one of the heaviest defeats Kingsway Power have ever had. And the game started well. It was very neck and neck. Kingsway Power, like I said in the interview with the girls, they after the game, I think Kingsway Power had the better start. They were playing the better netball. But probably about 2-3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Leeds started to kind of get into second, third gear, then jumped into 4th and 5th and 6th in the other quarters. But match play wise, both teams just as talented as each other. I just think where Leeds had the upper hand was the physicality. this kind of stature of their players, the physicality of their players, and defensively they were just awesome. Like, oh God, Brooke. No, not I'm on about not Brooke, but the other defender. I can't believe I forgot her name because she was my player.
I forget all their names, mate.
But herself and Brooke were just immense in defence.
Not Danielle, was it? Danielle?
No, oh my God, I can't believe it. But anyway, defensively, Leeds were just, I thought, far superior than Kingsway Power. And
Leeds, honestly, our Kingsway Power is the Empire finally, losing it, because seriously, Leeds, I personally would say, ripped them apart. So
it did seem like that, especially towards the back end of the game. They were very dominant, but for me, if you're going to lose and you're going to lose badly now. Because when you get to the national finals, you've got a lot of time to kind of work on what you need to work on to stop that happening again. And I did ask the Kingsway Power girls, how do you stop that again? 18 points is a lot of points to kind of change. They did have a couple of players missing. I'll give them that. They had their shooter was missing, and one of their better defenders was one of their starting defenders was. All these kids are amazing, but I'm going to talk real. So one of their starting defenders was missing as well. So 2 key players missing. I'll give them that. But if you'd have put them in that team, could they have overturned an 18-point deficit? I'm not sure. But they have a lot of time to correct it. They've got a big game on March the 25th against Oldham. If they win that game against Oldham, they've still got a chance of winning the league. So it's not all doom and gloom, because Oldham were just awesome. Just as on match play, visually looking at the match play, Oldham were just as good as Leeds for me on that day.
Right. Okay.
In terms of, but then Oldham have, again, when I talk about the physicality, they have taller players. They're probably equally as physical as Leeds. So if Oldham were to lose to Kingsway Power, then beat Leeds, then we have a 3-way tie at the top of the table potentially.
That's true. I'll give you that.
So
Kingsway Power need to pull their finger out, mate. There's something. I mean, again, like you say, maybe a couple of players missing, but if it really takes a couple of players missing and you literally are losing like that, I expected that game to be so close that you could even get a piece of paper between the score lines. But that was like, back the truck in. You don't need a banksman. Just bring it in. I was disappointed in Kingsway Power on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. That to me, that score.
The thing is, they set such high standards for themselves that you expect so much of them, but unfortunately, you can't always maintain. And it was just one of those days. And they again don't write them off. Do not write them off. If you write them off,
I would never write off Kingsway Power. They still have that sort of. It's a bit like in the tech world. Okay, like for instance, Sony were really good, and then all of a sudden, over years, they diminished. They offshored all their, manufacturing, which actually made the product bad. But Kingsway Power. Oh, you just get a message, did you?
Yeah.
I love that when you get a message. It's like, all right, okay. Obviously, people are taking note.
It was Alana, the goalkeeper. I can't believe I forgot her now. Can she's such an amazing player? How do I forget Alana?
I can never remember their names anyway because I'm just more. I don't interview them, so I don't really get as much as you do. So I forget their names. But Kingsway Power, I wouldn't never write them off. But as I said, it's just now the decline because Leeds come in, you got Oldham, you got all this going on, so a lot more is happening. So Kingsway Power, when we come to the grand finals and stuff like that as well, it's going to be very interesting.
I think personally, the pressure's off. The expectation has gone down a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Leeds now, who remember one thing, Leeds have never won a national. This Leeds team still haven't won a national tournament within ENG. I'm not going to talk about other tournaments because I don't know. But within our netball structures, there's no league, there's no national event. So they're kind of the pioneers of creating a new of kind of being this unbeatable team that can go on and win national events, cup events for the next couple of years type of thing. But Kingsway Power have proven at a league level they can win. Oldham have proven at a national level they can win. So experience in getting the job done is not on Leeds' side.
Right.
Whereas Oldham and Kingsway Power have that experience in getting the job done type of thing. So if I was to pinpoint one thing that was a negative to that could hold Leeds back a little bit, would be the fact that they haven't got that experience in getting the job done. But I'm just nitpicking here. So it's going to be I think for Kingsway Power, that was even though it's a bad defeat, it's good for them and it's healthy for them to kind of get that defeat, because now people like Lauren, who runs the club, I don't think you'll see that again. I think that the due diligence that will go into. Don't forget, mate. One thing you got to remember about Kingsway Power is Lauren sits there and she will
Oh, I know.
Like a fine tooth comb, and she neutralizes your services and
a lot. But that's what I mean. That's why I was quite surprised with that score. I didn't expect it to be that bad. So again, like I said, maybe there's a couple of players missing. Maybe that's what it is. But I expected that to be, so close, so close.
Mate, we'll wait for the close one in potentially in nationals, because they could meet again, and if they do, I'm sure with 200-300 people in the seating unit, national finals. It's going to be
mad. They'll be like,
it's going to be a bit mental.
Like that. Bring in the riot squad. Bring in the riot squad. We need it now.
It is going to be one of those ones. So now, all in all, great game of netball. Well done to Leeds. They officially said the hype is real. So I look forward to seeing how the rest of the season pans out. Final game of the day was Grangetown and Tameside. Good game. Tameside,
very well.
A few players missing as well because of half term and stuff, but they put up a really good fight here and put in a very good performance as well. So well done to both teams, but Grangetown, well done. They got their second win of the season. And that leads us on to the highlights of round 3.
Can we not see the table first?
We'll do a table afterwards.
All right. I'll put it on here. What happened on the end there, mate? Kept that going. Were you just enjoying the music?
I
Was
did
that what
a
it
little
was?
bit.
Yeah, okay. So, got to press stop.
But
I bet you
know
in the
what,
background
like,
going, oh yeah, I love the music.
Martin, how cool is it? Like these, like I said before, the Super League now do a review show on a Friday, and they manage to put up a minute's worth of highlights, and it's just like, come on, do better. Like,
exactly.
It's just ragtag. It's just thrown together. But we sit there, we dissect what throughout the whole day, what works, defensive stuff, attacking stuff, and it's just lovely to give these girls the opportunity to kind of have a platform to feel that their work is being appreciated and valued.
Mate, the amount of money that I spend, definitely appreciated and valued. I'm getting this tech up there. Again, it's like you're saying. I mean, you go to any of these. Let me see if I can mute that. I mean, you got everything. I got to admit, your screen recording thing, or whatever you were using. That's
yeah. So how do we get, because what I do, because of video, when I put it on Facebook and stuff, it comes out very clear. So so when I send you it, it's because I've sent the video from my laptop to my phone to put on social media, and it comes out clear. So how come it's not coming out clear on your?
Or maybe it's something to do with the software I'm using then. I was going to say, because, looking at your review thing, it's, we can tell it's a lot clearer. The actual live stream cameras have been upgraded. So I would like to mention here as well, we did have a few technical issues on the middle camera. But we got that all sorted. That was all good fun, wasn't it, Rich?
Oh, mate.
Mate, you know how much goes on behind the scenes. I'm telling you, a live show, doing what I do for 10 hours, it's not all just plug it in and it works, is it? It's not like that. But you look at these camera angles, you look at everything they're invested in. There is no doubt, especially towards the end of this season. God, I'm glad I've upgraded. I've done so much, and we've been trying out some extra gigabits per second, blah 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 stuff. But ragtag stuff with the amount of money that they have available, not on, if you ask me.
No.
The amount of money we have available compared to how much they have available. I mean, I haven't looked at it, to be honest, so I really can't comment. I can only go on what you've said.
I just think they could do more. But they could kind of celebrate more good play, especially them being the pros. You can't be telling me there's 5 good things in a round of games in a professional environment.
Exactly. I mean, we'd be all over that. Especially with the live stream and stuff. It's. I mean, I know I've got parents who ask, I know how many bookings we get and all that lot, or how many people purchase the live streams, and it's phenomenal. So I don't get it how you can do that. I mean, hats off to you, Richard. You do that review thing, the highlights. I mean, obviously you got some amazing footage to use, and it's great. It's like I say, with the teams, it's clear, it's precise, it's there. You can't get any better, can you? Really? So what they do, what the others, do you know what was it they say? There's a not a war thing. What is it? Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Just do the best that you can. You know what I mean? So we just carry on doing what we do, mate. You know what I mean? Brush it off, man.
Well, the poor girls that get to Super League and they're identified back as 12 years old to get back in our league again.
Here's a good question. Maybe put that on the poll. Or let us know in the comments, people. What do you think? Do you look at what ENG and FBL do and go, why is it these private ventures are doing this, involving so much time, energy, and money into developing and helping and encouraging the sport, especially, and female sport play and everything? Do you think you're getting value for money in the other sort of leagues and stuff that you're involved in? Do you think What's the word you would use, Rich? I've got to be very careful. Sometimes I've got to rip myself up, you know.
I think. Did you? Yeah. Do you feel that? They said if we go to the top, is it immersive? Is it engaging? And again, like when you look at sport, the most popular sports, the ones that celebrate all aspects of their sport, whether it's the good play, the characters, the rivalry. And if you look at the most successful sport in the world, it's football. And they're not afraid to celebrate every aspect of their sport. They love the controversial. They celebrate the amazing goals. They celebrate the amazing players. They celebrate the kind of the bad tackles. Everything. And yeah, precisely. And again, all you're doing is showing everyone the reality. But I think with sometimes netball and people at the higher end of netball, they're so afraid just to show everyone the reality of what their sport is.
The apple cart.
Yeah, it's so boring and ridiculous. Just like they're just so afraid of being judged. But that's what's going to engage the audience. People love real. They don't want to be patronized. Yeah, a lot more could be done. A lot more could be done. But I think that's the end now. Well done.
What about under 15 South?
Oh, yes. Forgot about yeah, let's go. We got 3 games. Yeah, go.
We've got under 14 South and the under 15 South. Let's talk about the under 15s, mate.
Sorry, under 15s.
Mate, under 15s. I got your back, man. Don't you worry, all girls. So there you go. There we go. Right.
So we got 3 games in the league this week. We've got Western Park Blades versus Poole, AP Saints versus Western Park Blades, and Poole versus AP Saints. Western Park Blades are hanging on to their 4th place position. 1 win out of these 2 games would be massive, but it's 2 tough games against 2 of the country's most competitive, most talented teams. Poole are slick, they're fast, they're just amazing. AP Saints are more raw. They're very, very aggressive side. Both games are tough in 2 different ways. With Poole, you know you're going to have to the running you're going to have to do to stop them is ridiculous. With AP Saints, you know that they ain't going to leave anything on that court. It's fully immersed in their kind of match play. And they're competitors, they're warriors, and it's a tough physical game as well. So very, very tough day there for Western Park Blades. If they get 1 win, that's a big set, a big thing for them. But the big game is Poole versus AP Saints, and we've got 5 minutes, so let's see if we can wrap this up in 5 minutes. Poole, as ever, they're looking to go unbeaten. Again this season. That will make it the 3rd season on the bounce unbeaten. That will span. That'll be 27 games then unbeaten.
Wow!
If they do that, but they're playing AP Saints. AP Saints played a great game against Turnford. If it wasn't for such a poor second quarter against Turnford,
oh god, yeah,
it may have been a little bit different.
Yeah, that second quarter was like weird, wasn't it?
AP Saints have a performance in them. They have a giant killing performance in them. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I agree.
This could be that
like
moment.
I said earlier, they're getting better through the season as well. I mean, next season, all the other teams coming up,
there's no next season for these teams, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know, but this is it. They've got to prove it now, ain't they? But but again,
I do believe there is an upset in AP Saints. They have the ability to beat these top teams. We haven't seen it yet in our leagues, but this could be it. Poole are going to turn up. They're going to have a strong side, and they're going to do what Poole do. They're going to move the ball quick. They're going to execute ruthlessly. But AP Saints, they have enough talent in their team to kind of do the exact same back. And if they can unsettle Poole a little bit, take them out their comfort zone, maybe, just maybe, AP Saints might get the win. And if they do get the win, they still have a chance at the league. So if we just go up, Martin, and have a look.
I was going to say AP Saints, I know for a fact that they go over footage from all the games. I know that because I've
they've got a video guy, haven't they?
So Poole are literally, I mean, you know, they're phenomenal anyway, but AP Saints, they can upset anyone because they do go over the live stream. They do, you know what I mean, take it apart, have a look at exactly how good or bad they were playing and learn from it. And they, like I say, they are improving, and they're definitely using the live stream to their benefit, without a doubt.
Well, if we look at this table, mate. Look at this table. The only thing that lets AP Saints down a little bit is the fact that their goal difference is not as good as the Turnford and Poole. So even if it did go and they were drawn on points, Turnford and Poole have a kind of the extra invisible point over them. But for morale purposes, if they were to beat Poole, huge morale booster. That will show them that they can not only just compete, but they can win these competitions. So,
do you know what I think?
I'm going to make a prediction. Poole by 5 points.
I reckon more, but I reckon AP Saints are going to shock the world in the grand finals.
Ooh.
I think literally they are building everything up, and they will be ready at the grand finals to kick some ass, my friend. And I think that's where we're going to see them come alive.
Place your bets now.
Oh, yeah. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree or do you disagree? I honestly, AP Saints, I see a lot with AP Saints. Got a lot of respect for them. And obviously, Poole and Turnford, enough said, mate. You know, that is...
Well, we're less than 30 days away, Martin, from...
Literally, I've got to admit, at the start of the year, start of the season, this is something we always talk about. Will this happen? Will it be? And as the season gets on, me and you're like, looks like it's gonna go. Looks like it's gonna be. And again, it is. It come to full fruition. Poole versus Turnford, less than 30 days. Like you said, it's... Mate, I remember looking at you last season when Poole and Turnford played each other, and after the first quarter, you just went...
No, it's going to be a good game. Let's get through these ones first. And thank you for everyone for watching. It's been a great show, massive, really good show. Thank you to our guests for coming in and having a chat with us. Thank you, Martin, as ever, for putting this all together, doing the live draws, live streaming and stuff like that. Remember, support at this time of the season is massive, whether it's online or whether it's actually at the event. So if you can't be there, make sure you watch it online and show your support. The more you give us, the more we give back, and the more the girls will the more the girls will be rewarded and the clubs will be rewarded. So big weekend, get down, support the teams, enjoy the sport of netball, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow us on all the social media channels. Catch you later. Thanks very much for watching.